fellow nature enthusiasts. Something that I get asked about as a birder, and something that I think many birders, especially starting birders, don't even know to ask, is how to set up your binoculars. So as birders, we spend a lot of time with our binoculars, and they're a fantastic tool. They were one of the pieces of technology that allowed birding to become a science and a hobby and an obsession for some of us. But you need to be able to set them up properly. Now, our two eyes are not identical. That is to say that when you're looking at something at any given distance, your two eyes are probably not going to focus on it in exactly the same way. Now, if you have absolutely perfect 20/20 vision, this might not be the case. But for the rest of us who don't have absolutely stellar perfect, and I mean perfect, vision, the two eyes are a little different. Binoculars have been designed to accommodate for these differences, which is fantastic. And it allows you, there are bits and pieces of these binoculars that allows you to get the clearest, cleanest, most in focus image that you possibly can. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. Before we get there though, some basic binocular anatomy. So this is actually my wife's pair of binoculars. I'm borrowing them. So you have eyepieces up here. You have objective lenses down there, the ones that aim at the thing you're looking at. You have a focusing knob, usually right in the middle. And, very important for today, you have a diopter. Now, hopefully you can see that. There we go. You see the little 0 plus minus symbol there? Different binoculars have different symbols and measurements for their diopter. This one just has a plus, minus, and a 0 right in the middle. Some of them have numbers, 1, 2, 3, -1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. Some of them have little settings that you click through. Instead of a smooth twist like this one has, it actually clicks to different settings. Whatever the case is, the fundamental idea here is the same for all of them. What the diopter allows you to do is it allows this focus, this eyepiece, to be focused slightly differently from this one. So the way you want to set it up is like this. First, you pick an object out in front of you. Can be anything. Doesn't matter what we're looking at. Just pick something. Something that you can find over and over and over again while you're standing here. So, with just your left eye, looking through just the left eyepiece of the binoculars, look through and focus on that thing. And get it as tight a focus as you can. So nice, sharp focus. Play with that knob, intentionally overshoot a little bit. So you have a sort of blurry image, you're twisting the knob, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter, sharper and sharper and sharper. You keep going and it gets a little blurry again. Okay, so now you pull back. Get to that point where it's as smooth and fine and clear a focus as possible. Okay, now with your right eye looking through the right eyepiece, the one with the diopter adjustment to it, look at that same point and again twist the eyepiece. Leave the focus knob alone. Twist the eyepiece to again bring that image into as sharp and fine and clear a focus as you possibly can. And do the same thing. Overshoot a little bit, see what it looks like. And when you got that perfectly sharp, as sharp as it'll go, then when you open up both eyes, you should be looking through a really sharp image. You should be looking and getting a really sharp image. You should have these binoculars adjusted so that the binoculars themselves account for and sort of compensate for the slight differences between your two eyes. Now, one of the reasons why I brought my wife's binoculars today was because it shows the diopter setting much better. Some binoculars, most binoculars, have the diopter where you just twist the eyepiece, and that's how it works. Some binoculars have them kind of hidden someplace else. For example, my binoculars actually have the focus knob up here, and the diopter setting is kind of underneath the focus knob. So you got to find where it is on your particular brand of binoculars. But most of the time, like I said, it is on one of the eyepieces. Now, for this demonstration that I just gave you, we looked through the left eyepiece first because that's the one that doesn't have the diopter. You want to look through that one first, focus there first, then focus the diopter. The left-right thing isn't important. Some binoculars have the diopter on the left eyepiece. Some binoculars have it on the right eyepiece. What you want to do, look through the eyepiece that does not have the diopter. Focus, switch eyes, switch eyepieces, focus, and then, hopefully, your binoculars should be set. That should mean that at any distance you're looking at, in any conditions, when you use the main focus knob to adjust the focus of your binoculars, because of the slight compensation between the two lenses that your diopter has afforded you, when you focus, when you get that sharp focus using just this one, both eyes should be getting that nice clear image. So, a little tip and trick. Like I said, a lot of people, I think, don't even know to ask the question of, how do I set up my binoculars? Now, sometimes it'll drift out of focus. You can redo this anytime you want. But it's a great way of making sure that your tool here is serving you in the best possible way that it can. So, focusing and setting up your binoculars. I hope that was useful. I hope that was a useful demonstration, maybe provided you with some new information. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and leave a comment. Are there any tricks that you have of how you like to set up your binoculars, whether it's how you wear them, how you use them? And are there any particular brands of binoculars that you really, really like? I've definitely got some favorites of mine. I would love to hear about favorites of yours. As always, to all the first responders out there who, whether they be doing essential jobs like working in a hospital, or whether you're stocking grocery shelves or delivering the mail, during this pandemic, thank you very much. Please stay safe. We really very much appreciate everything you're doing and all the risks that you are taking on our behalfs. You are doing your job, and we are going to continue wearing masks. And we're going to practice social distancing even with the holidays coming, and we will all get through this. So stay safe, and until next time, enjoy the natural world.